What it do, YouTube, man? It is your boy Solid back with another one, baby. And today, man, we're going to be reacting to NBA Legends explain why the 96 Bulls was the best team ever. Now, personally, I'm a Bulls fan. So I'm always gonna say, hey, the Bulls 96 probably was the best team ever. I can 100% say that. I know there's some people who probably think some other teams could be that way or whatever the case may be. That's what they want to know. That's what they hear. That's what they want to talk about. But we here to talk about the 96 Bulls. You feel me? So we're going to get into this one, man. But before I press this play, man, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on. And go ahead. Hey, 500 likes, bro. Y'all can run that up for me. Run that up for me. Hit the 500 likes. Give me 20 shares, bro. If you go down there and you see the share button, share it to your partner. Be real. Share it to your partner. Let them know, hey, man, this dude funny. Get out there. He love basketball. We love basketball. Let's get into it. But let's go ahead and get into this one and see what's exactly going on, man.
NBA championship.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Oh, yo, we back. So proud.
Hello, good day, everyone. How's it going? My name is Sean David, and I welcome you to the Basketball Time Machine, your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. Now, the 1996 Chicago Bulls was my favorite team of all time, and it still is. And in today's episode, this will be the second part of NBA Legends talking about how great that team actually was. Also comparing it a little bit to the Golden State Warriors and their greatest team, and see who would come out on top. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content.
Yes, sir. Already
and I
done
would
did.
say, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Now, the first player's opinion that I want to take a look at is from Byron Scott, who obviously played against the Chicago Bulls with the Lakers in the early 1990s. And yeah, he ran into the Bulls when he played, I think it was the Vancouver Grizzlies or the Indiana Pacers back in the day. Anyway,
For you.
let's hear what he has to say.
And this is another one where I wage war.
Yes, sir.
The Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant against the 72-10 Bulls. Who wins that series? And before you answer, I'm going to tell you this. Honestly, and I'm being nice, I give the Warriors a game. I think it's a sweep, but I give them a game.
No, I give them two,
I give him 3.
but I'm going with them.
I'm going to game 7, and the reason why I'm gonna go to game 7 is with a closer like KD. I think we're all adults enough to here to be able to really pay attention to the game and say what is the truth. We know KD can get a bucket very easily. We know Stephen Curry is by far one of the most greatest shooters of all time. Klay Thompson may be the best side character to ever play the game. Draymond Green might be one of the most physical, most athletic anchors of all time. Like, that team is really, really, really good. I'm going to give it to a game 7. If it was me, let me see, this is how I would take it, okay? It's dependent on the homes too. If it starts in Chicago, it's going to maybe game 6. Yeah, if it starts in Chicago, it's going to game 6. 2 in Chicago. Chicago wins 2. They go home. Chicago wins 1 in the Warriors. The Warriors take 1. They go back to Chicago. They win 1. The Warriors do. Chicago takes the next game. That's it. If it starts with the Warriors win 1, lose 2, lose 3, lose 4, win 5, 6, and in game 7, the Bulls take it. That's how I'm being honest. That's just my opinion. I get there's gonna be people like, man, no, I wouldn't even go to that. But I personally think the Warriors ain't a bad team. Like, we got to be honest. That team is not the worst team we've ever seen. That team is actually top 5 teams, and that's only behind 3 of the greatest teams to ever be assembled in the Magic, the Showtime Lakers, the 96 Bulls, and the 86 Celtics. Is that right? Is it 86 or is it 87? It might be 87. I might be wrong. It might be 87. It's one of those two, 86, 87. But it's one of those. You get what I'm saying? Those three teams are only three teams we can honestly put in the same argument category with them. So, I mean, you can be honest to say that they might take one or two with it. That's just what we got to be honest with it.
Okay.
I give them 2. Because you look around at that Chicago Bull team and you look at that Golden State team, and, you know, this is always the question. Oh, who going to guard Steph? Who going to guard Clay? Who going to guard? Okay, you do know they had 3 of the best defenders of all time.
Rodman.
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, in Michael Jordan.
Scottie Pippen. Ron Harper.
Dennis Rodman and Ron Harper.
Yeah, I forgot about Harper.
They're
That's
going to
4.
guard the shit out of them.
But here's what the the fans, the people that ain't never played will say. Man, who's stopping Steph with the threes and Clay with the threes?
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I'm going to say Rod or MJ is guarding Steph.
Right.
Rod or MJ is guarding Clay.
Right.
Kevin Durant, Scottie Pippen got you.
Ooh.
Now, he's not stopping a Kevin Durant.
He's not stopping him, but he going to make it hard.
He gonna give
He gonna
Kevin,
make it
KD
hard.
the migraine
He gonna make it
Detroit.
because again, Scotty 6'7", 6'8",
Right.
long.
Right.
You know, Kevin 6'11", really.
Right.
He
really
ain't gonna stop
7
him,
foot.
but he gonna be right there on every shot.
Okay.
And he gonna be in his ass to make him put it on the floor. He not gonna give him open shots.
And Dennis Rodman will literally be in Draymond's ass.
Oh yeah.
Literally, actually be in it.
Again, that's a carbon copy.
Right.
You know, those
Yeah.
are two. Those are two.
That's something
you got
that I would
two
love
great
to see.
defenders.
Yes.
I would love
Draymond's
to
a
see
great
that.
defender.
Right.
Draymond handles the ball and initiates offense. Obviously, that's not Dennis's forte. But rebounding and defending, Chicago beats them in 5-6.
And the next player, coach's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from Steve Kerr. And his opinion is super interesting because, A, he's coaching the Golden State Warriors and was coaching their best team. And he was a player of that great Chicago Bulls team. So it's super interesting to hear his opinion and to see which route he will go. Let's see.
Yeah, and I'm biased, so I'm going to say the 96 Bulls. And you know, I think, honestly, when I look back at that Bulls team, that team was actually built to play today. Now, minus the volume of three-point shooting, but I think that team was capable of it. But when you're talking about the versatility that you need to defend today, if you throw out onto the court Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and Dennis Rodman, that's a 2020 defense.
Right.
That team, those 5 guys can guard anybody, and then offensively, you know, nobody ever could guard Michael Jordan then. You can only imagine now with the spacing and the rules, and Kukoc was unbelievable. He was way better than people really remember him for, and so you know that's the hard part. You said it. It's so hard to compare eras. So.
Yeah, it is hard.
Ron Harper stepped up. Tony Kukoc really developed in the previous 2 years. Really, everyone, that team really meshed so well as a team. And that was one of Phil's philosophies, that the wholeness and the balance of everything has to be together. And I think that's one of the best teams where truly, I think everyone liked everyone and wanted to be around everyone all the time. Phil would break us up every now and then and pin those 2 guys against each other because they're really the only ones who could push each other to the limits. But everyone else had to fight to keep up with them. Every night you step on the floor, teams were really gunning for you. In warm-ups, you could tell sometimes where teams just, before the game started.
Mike is so graceful with it, bro. It just be, he's so graceful with it.
And other teams, we could see guys really roughing it up and getting ready and like, okay, we're going to have a little battle tonight.
Ruffin has it blocked by Longley. Oh, what a play to Pippen.
Hey.
Sally, yes, Jordan.
It seemed like nothing went wrong that whole year.
We won a lot of games because of the closeness. Nothing rattled us.
We were more polished from the neck up. We thought the game out a little bit more. We read each other more. We communicated better on the court. We had a great group of guys in terms of our bench, guys that, you know, were professionals in terms of taking care of their bodies and being ready for the back-to-backs.
And the next player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is Gilbert Arenas. And Gilbert Arenas, his comments are always out there. Sometimes I think, okay, it really makes sense what this guy says, and sometimes I really think that guy
I don't know. I'd
Wasn't
be
playing in
loving
the
Gilbert
NBA.
Arenas.
Super interesting, though. Let's hear what he has to say. And hey, shout out to Ari Spears, one of my favorite comedians. Let's take a look.
So what you really have...
And I don't give a damn about the errors.
No. Okay, so when it comes to styles, you have a defensive team.
Four to five starters.
You're talking about
premier defenders.
You're talking about premier, just straight premier defenders, and they're all at the same position.
2 3-point assassins.
And then you have all guard play on the. But you have Michael Jordan.
You got Scotty.
You have Michael. They have a KD.
Scotty's on KD. He ain't stopping KD, but it's going to be a tough day at work.
So Mike on Steph? Who's stopping Steph?
Ron Harper's going to be a problem.
You're going to pick
Mike on Clay?
Michael's destroying Clay.
Yeah, it's gonna,
so
you got to remember, it's because that was the team. That was a small ball team that nobody actually paid attention to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect matchup. But when you have.
Hey, see, this is what he's talking about. I guess I can understand what he's saying about Gilbert Arenas, but Gilbert Arenas becoming like it really was a small ball team that you just did not pay attention to. You got Dennis Rodman at the power forward. I think they had they had Kukoc at the power forward, right? Because they had Mike at the 2, Ron Harper at the 1, Scotty at the 3, and Dennis Rodman at the 4. No, they done Kukoc at the 4 and Dennis Rodman at the 5. Yeah, that was a small ball team. Why did we not notice that? But they did have bigs. They did have bigs. They just didn't run them as much because that team was crazy. You know, Dennis needs a break. You put in a big. You can shift Michael Jordan out, put Steve Kerr out there. You can move little pieces here and there, and it works. It just meshed perfectly. So, that's a good one. That is a good one.
You're talking about somebody like Jordan coming through the lane. Like he's gonna average 40-something that series because there's no one that can physically stop him.
And if you are talking about today's rules, yeah, he's gonna average 40, maybe more.
What's so funny is no matter the thing is it's gonna be KD and Jordan. Those are gonna be two premier players because they don't have a 7-footer that's gonna be able to keep up with him. No matter if you put Pippen on him or what's the name. He's still going to be able to pull up on anybody. Yeah, so I agree. It's those two, and then Jordan is going to carry because no one is physical.
And you don't think that from a
you give him 2 games, I'll give him 1.
We broke our franchise record with 64 wins that year. Then the Bulls break the NBA record with 72. That was a lot of good basketball during that year.
Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper would be better today. They would be better players today, in my opinion. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc.
Hey, real talk. Tony Kukoc could run his own team in today's league, and we would be like, Tony is a top 10 player of all time. We would really have that argument. I want y'all to really understand that. That Bulls team was disgusting. Same thing with what's name? Oh, god dang. Right on to my tongue. Scottie Pippen. He could really have his own team in today's era, and we would say he's a top 5 player in today's era. In today's era, we would be able to say that. There would be nothing. There would be no physical team, no physical player who could really stop Scottie Pippen. Ron Harper, another crazy player. He'd be like a Damian Lillard. Just a player that he could win by himself, but he would need the supporting cast just to win. He would be a top 20 player in today's league. Like, Steve Kerr is another player that's like that. That could be another top 20 player in today's league. And it's crazy to think that they was all on one team at one point. That's crazy. I don't be trusting Chuck too much. But he got a point.
They would be better. There's no hand checking Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc.
I'm just saying that there's no. That tweet's out fast. You forgot Ron Harper on that one.
No, Ron Harper he'd be great defensively. Ron Harper was a hell of a player.
I know, but you're going to rattle those guys off. Do it again. Who are those guys?
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
Come on, that wasn't close. Come on.
But my point is this, Chuck. Those guys are great. They're great.
great in this era.
You know, the 1996 Chicago Bulls team is not only my favorite team of all time, but to me, and I know that many of you guys feel the same way, it was a privilege to see that team play. And I'm not talking about the people that watch highlights nowadays and who have seen the Last Dance documentary, even though I'm happy that that documentary exists so you could at least see a little. But it was just special to really be alive and see Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman all going crazy. This amazing supporting cast. Phil Jackson is an amazing coach. It was, for a basketball fan, the greatest time to be alive. So thank you guys, Chicago Bulls.
All right, man, that's the end of this video, man. If y'all guys did enjoy this one, man, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on, man. I hope y'all guys did enjoy this one, man. I ain't got much to say on it. I think much was said. I mean, it was the greatest team ever assembled by the NBA. I think that team would raise so many red flags in the league as of right now, being with more than 6, 7, 8 superstars that could probably possibly lead their own team. I think that team was just an abundance of talent, and there was nothing you really could do about it. They just meshed perfectly, and it's crazy to get that much talent on a roster and mesh. A lot of times you get a lot of players with, you know, issues because they can't mesh with that much talent, but they did it, and I do appreciate the 96 Bulls personally are the greatest team to ever be assembled, to ever play the game. No matter how many teams come next and beat the record or whatever the case may be, I really feel like that's what it is. But, man, thank y'all guys for checking this one out, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on so you never miss another solid reaction, baby. I will see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.